And now, you are listening to the Team Heel Podcast, brought to you by Spreadshirt.com. TeamHeelPodcast.Spreadshirt.com.
It's time!
Happy 316 day, mother flowers. Happy 316 day. Fire up that PS2. We are live. It is Friday, 316, March the 16th, 2018. This is episode 237 of the Team Heel Podcast. We are live once again. It's another fucking week. Oh boy. So much shit to get into. By the way, I want you guys to know right now, I am eating a Snickers bar as we're doing this show right now. Yeah, Snickers, motherfuckers. Snickers was not happy this week. Not fucking happy. We're going to get into that and so much other stuff as well. Also, take your live calls. Thank you again for tuning in live to this podcast, whether it's on YouTube or if not, over at Mixlr, where you can listen to the audio version, not the YouTube version of the show as well. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, also over at Podbean. That can listen to and download the show on the go throughout the entire week. If you want to help this podcast out, go that extra mile to do so. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. It really helps out the podcast in the long run. But as always, guys, I am never alone. I'm here joined by two awesome people. I'm here joined first by my brother from another mother. He's been here since day one, if you will. All the way from the wonderful, wonderful city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. The mean streets, if you will. I just said nice streets and mean streets in the same fucking sentence. I don't know why. Walter, how the fuck you been, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by the lovely Bridgeport. There's nothing lovely about the city. But, it's been a pretty eventful week. I'm talking about, like, in terms of everything that's going on around the world and, in wrestling especially as well. So, yeah, I'm pretty lit tonight.
You're lit tonight. You lit, bro. You lit.
Well, not as lit as everyone else. They're probably drunk right now because it's like St. Patty's Day.
It's every day, bro. You know that, right, bro? It's every day, bro. It's every day.
Yeah, because a lot of people are drinking, so they gotta stay safe.
Disney Channel Flow, bro. Disney Channel Flow. What up, Mace Nation? In the comment. What up, man? But we're also joined here by another good brother here. He is a YouTuber in the making, if you will, guys. If you have not checked out his video, go check it out over on YouTube.com. Big Mike from Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show. Big Mike, how the fuck you been, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Dealing with a little sore throat, but I'm a champ it out and talk some wrestling with you guys.
You gonna champ it out like freaking Braun Strowman will be for a couple of weeks, maybe at WrestleMania?
Yes, sir.
Love that. I love that shit. Holy crap! Let me get my Gloria pineapple juice. That's right. Drinking Gloria here, people. Gloria pineapple juice. That's right. From Peru. And I also, I'm eating a Snickers bar as we're doing this as well. Woo, yeah. I'm eating a Snickers bar, guys. Yeah, Snickers was not satisfied this week, guys. Do y'all know about that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, man. Snickers was not fucking satisfied this week. Walter, let me know, how are we on Mixlr? Is everything going good? The audio going good?
Yes, the audio is pretty good. It's pretty clear. So
right,
everything's working.
All right, we're lit, y'all. We're lit. So I'm pretty sure you guys know already the big news that came out this week from Monday Night Raw. It was not Kid Rock being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. It was not Roman Reigns being suspended. No, it was not Braun Strowman winning a battle royal by himself and entirely burying the entire tag team division. Okay, what is up, Cody Ray? What is up, Ab WWTNet? What's up, Big Mike, who's also a moderator in our and Mason Nation as well. Guys, you guys are awesome, kicking ass. Thank you guys once again as always. But dude, guys, gentlemen, what I'm referring to is, so as you all know, every single year WWE, when it comes to WrestleMania time, right, they have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. They've been having the same thing since WrestleMania 30, right? And every year, either it's on the main card or on the pre-show. It's like a pattern almost, right? It's like a fucking pattern. And as you all know right now, we are in this women's evolution, right? The whole Me Too and, you know, what have you, right? The whole Me Too and, you know, stop it movement and shit like that, right? And as you all know, this year alone, we had the first ever women's Royal Rumble, the first ever women's Chamber. We had a first ever women's Hell in a Cell. You kind of get the idea, okay? So what does WWE do now for WrestleMania 34? Even though the card itself is already stacked as it is, right? It's already a stacked show. And by the way, no, it's even bigger than Cena calling out Taker for lifting weights on his wife's Instagram account, okay? They announced that they're going to do the very first women's battle royal, right? At WrestleMania. Good, awesome, you know, okay. Until they decide to name it after WWE Hall of Famer, the Fabulous Moolah. You keep this in mind, dude. Gentlemen, that is. They played a video package. They played a whole video, literally, you know, talking about the Fabulous Moolah, her career, how she was a trailblazer and all that. And you can just imagine, right? Again, listen, if you are a casual viewer of professional wrestling, and you watch the video, what have you, you think, all right, fine, you know, cool, fine and dandy, the Fabulous Moolah, Memorial Battle Royal, the longest reigning champion for the last 28 years, right? That's what you would think, right? And I'll be real about it, you know, I have friends that, again, don't watch wrestling like I do, like, you know, they're casual viewers and shit like that, and they were like, hey, man, that's what's up, man, Fabulous Moolah back in their day, for 28 years, champion, whatever, right? And then I tell them, hey, do me a favor, Google search on Google right now, Fabulous Moolah prostitution, and tell me what you see. And he was like, oh, damn, bro. What is up, Andre Corbio? How are you, buddy? But you can just imagine, right? Just the uproar from people, the backlash that this shit received.
Yeah. WWE was really stupid to even name it that, to be honest. Because I think they insulted the fans' intelligence in a way, because they thought, oh, no one's really gonna notice, you know, because they deep down inside, like, Vince likes Moolah. It doesn't matter what she's done. Like, that's why they named it after her, because we're supposed to believe, yeah, she's a Hall of Famer, she's a legend, you know, one of the best. But when you hear all these fucking backstories from her, and, you know, everyone's like has the internet nowadays. We're in literally the social media era. So, like, what makes you think this was a smart idea to name it after her? That's just, I was like, God damn, they're so stupid. And yes, it's kind of sad it had to take Snickers or a sponsor to have them remove that shit from their name. But, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, at least I can't put the fans, you know. Exactly. I'm kind of shocked that they actually, like, listened, but actually, like, petitioned, told Snickers, listen, we don't like the name, and Snickers agreed. Like, it's kind of weird. I mean, at the end of the day, this is going to be a pre-show match. I didn't know the fans had this much effort to put into changing a match that I didn't know a lot of people cared about. Hey, but you know, it still needed a change.
Before I let Mike speak, I'm going to give my quick take on this as well. Okay, I understand that, hey, it's WrestleMania, you want to give women the opportunity, and that's just, when you think about it, this is just a way to get all the women on the card. This is a way to get someone like Lana on the show, right? This is a way to get someone like freaking Liv Morgan and fucking Sarah Logan and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and the likes of the NXT girls that are there currently on NXT on the show. In a meaningless battle royal. Because if we think about it, essentially, this was a meaningless battle royal with a name to make it look like, okay, fine, it's something. That's what this pretty much was, essentially. And it's bad enough that, hey, listen, it's one of those things, again, you know, this card, WrestleMania 34, you think about it, is already stacked as it is. Granted, there's only like weeks left to build to the show, but it's already a stacked card when you think about it. Okay, multiple multi-person matches coming up, and think about this, right? We're not gonna get essentially Sasha versus Bayley, because they're gonna be added to the battle royal, right? But like I said before, just the uproar of people. You have any idea how many videos on YouTube I saw alone in my subscription box of people just lashing out, against WWE. Like OTRS, Chase, a good friend of ours as well on the show. Just to give you guys an example, okay? And CM Pulse, Cultaholics, you kind of get the idea, okay? Just a shitload of videos that were dropped and how they felt that it was not right. And granted, again, I'm for sure we were not around, okay, when all this was going. So I'm guessing if you're an old head, if you've been around since the fucking 50s and 60s and shit, watching wrestling, you're probably going to say, oh, what the fuck do you know? What the fuck do y'all know? Listen, nowadays you can go on the internet. Everybody's on a fucking database. It's on a fucking database now. So again, like Walter's saying, and I agree, listen, this was a bad idea from the get. A bad idea. I understand, again, listen, also, we're not going to go into every single thing that she did, because, again, there's been a lot of podcasts or a lot of YouTubers that have done that, and the last thing we want to do is literally be the same thing. We know about the original Screwjob, how she fucked over Wendy Richter, this, also in the 1960s, I was reading it early in the day,
Sweet Georgia Brown?
What happened?
You talking about Sweet Georgia Brown?
Exactly, yeah. Likes of her, and then other women, and also other women, there that she trained, how she, fucked over the women for money, how she would train them, or not even train them at all, but have them be in that facility, in that disgusting barn, and then charge them for training fee, also had them live in that fucking duplex apartment that she owned, and had them pay rent, and not even a discount, just to name a few things, right? In WWE, I'm amazed how they did not even think about, hey, you know what? Maybe we should, reconsider this. It took fucking Snickers, the Mars company that owns Snickers, to change their mind. Holy hell. Take it away, Mike.
Yeah, so reacting to this live in the arena when they announced this for the first time, I was like the casual thinker, because I really didn't know anything about her past. I just knew about what she did in the Attitude Era and making small appearances here and there at WrestleManias, doing goofy stuff with Mean Gene and Bobby the Brain. But watching people's reactions to this and reading that long Reddit post of all of her dirt just flipped my whole perception of what she was and who she was. And pretty much everybody that she screwed over, the same story is verbatim the same. So, but it's like sort of not confirmed, but confirmed. So, but reacting to that live, nobody really gave it a big applause in the arena. But they did like sort of make people applause because they were flashing the camera going to the next segment. But on first glance, it wasn't bad. But at the end of the day, it was a big mistake. And WWE should have known better than that.
What made it even funny, right, dude? What made it even funnier, they had the women on the WWE roster tweet out about the fact. But yeah, Becky Lynch, who had to delete her tweet.
Yeah, that was crazy because you saw the they show people's small video of the women talking about Fabulous Moolah, like Sasha Banks, which was everything that they said. If you look back at that video, everything that all the women said were just cringy, because it's like, after reading that stuff, it's like, you sort of messed up. You're being a company person, just feeding this perception that she was a good person.
And you know what's even crazy, right? Again, it took them all these days. And can you think about this, right? Imagine what would have happened if they would have kept the name. Imagine that they kept the Fabulous Moolah Battle. Now it's just called the WrestleMania Women's Battle. So it's like in WWE, in their eyes, in spite, because they're triggered. They're fucking mad, right? Oh, fuck you guys now. We're trying to make this battle royal be something memorable and honorable by putting a name. Now, you're just getting a shitty battle royal on the fucking pre-show. Ha 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 ha.
Right. At first, they thought...
Yeah, we knew it was shit, but hey, you put a name on it, it's upscale. It's like a dish, right? It's like a bland dish on a restaurant. You put salt and pepper on it and some seasoning. It's upscaled a little bit. That's pretty much what they try to do with this name. It's like a seasoning and shit. And unfortunately, the seasoning wasn't good. So now what you do, you're gonna get a bland battle royal on the fucking pre-show with no one giving a fuck.
Well, no one. I don't think anyone would have cared anyway. But like, with the name change, as far as replacing the Moolah, you could replace it with someone else here, right? But they probably already made this statue. Let's say that's good to say. Bro, they probably made the statue.
Picture of the statue they had was probably renderings.
They probably were already making it, and they weren't gonna. You know them. They, even though they have like 4 weeks, yes, they're not gonna. They're not gonna want to do another trophy. Bro. Not right now. They don't even know who to dedicate it to yet. Next year you'll have someone. We'll have
think
someone
about this. So there's names you could have done. You could have done, Miss Elizabeth, like Andre Corbett said in the comment, the Mrs. Elizabeth, about which again, everyone back in the day loved Elizabeth. Everyone loved Elizabeth.
Yeah,
that would have been.
You could have done the sensational Sherry Memorial Battle Royal, right? Or if not, nice. You could have done China.
You know they're not gonna do that.
I know they won't, but again, China.
To name it after her.
You got to name after.
You could call it her nickname.
Exactly, the ninth wonder of the world.
Memorial Battle Royal.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Andre has his own battle royal.
I mean, granted, I'll say this is kind of, or you could do, Wendy Richter. You could have done something like that, but at the same time, I would say
even Trish
Lee, but I think that's too soon though. Right now, that's like too soon right now.
It is. Yeah. It really is too soon.
Think about this too. Trish and Lita competing in the Women's Royal Rumble. So it's like, essentially, this is what it is. It's the Women's Rumble match on a fucking small scale. And it's funny because Stephanie McMahon, the day they changed the names, like 2 days ago, right? She went on Twitter and said this, and quote, "Thank you, WWE Universe, for using your voice. What remains more important is that in parentheses, at WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, and parentheses, will be a historic match and is part of WWE's unwavering commitment to our women's division. Hashtag women's evolution. Hashtag, get this one. Hashtag change the name." Oh, God, the cringe, guys. The fucking cringe. Hashtag change the name. and listen. You know for a fact that Stephanie McMahon has a soft spot, has a soft heart for women like Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah, Andre the Giant. She grew up with them, right? So you already know her and Vince were just triggered when all this shit was going down. I don't care what anyone thinks. They were fucking triggered, bruh. They were.
Oh, yeah.
I bet she didn't even type that.
Yeah, she probably was forced to type or something. Because, they wanted Moolah, like I said. They wanted it, but we're not stupid, Wrestling fans are stupid. Yeah, we all have different opinions and whatever, but we're not fucking stupid. Come on, man. Oh, man. It just really backfired on them. And they got to feel a little tight about that. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's their fault. Yeah, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Exactly. But again, guys, I tell you guys what. In the comment thread, let us know what would you name the Memorial Battle Royal. What's your take on all this overall? Because I'll be real about it too. At the same time, real talk, even if they would have kept the name, to me it just would have been a whatever match. It's just a match on the pre-show. It's just, like I said earlier, on the show. It's a way to get these women on the show. Period. And at the same time, you already know that WWE doesn't care. Vince doesn't care. WWE doesn't care. You know what I mean? And all this talk, because again, when you think about it, right, when you look at the women's revolution or the women's evolution, what they're calling it now, there's a huge, contradiction to the whole thing. Is we go back to this. When you go back and look back at the history of WrestleMania 34, you come back to this. How they were trying to honor a dirty person, a dirty human being in the Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah.
And again, you know what? I commend WWE. I commend them for changing the name. I'm surprised that they actually listened. I'm surprised. Good on them.
Yeah. It took a big company, but they listened.
Because they were going to lose money if they didn't listen. That's what the heck was going to happen.
And shout out to Snickers. Shout out to Snickers, yo. Shout out to fucking Snickers. Because I guarantee you, any other company would have had it the Milky Way. I'm just saying right now, yo. Would have had the fucking Milky Way or Almond Joy. Or I guess, back in the day, Moolah would give all these guys Almond Joy and shit like that, but it is what it is. Moving along, okay, because again, guys, I don't want to get stuck on this topic, and I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of podcasters talked about this topic already, and the last thing I want to do is go into full fucking detail in this and just add more point to the flame. We found out the new location for WrestleMania 35. It's going to take place in the ugly sister of New York City, New Jersey, motherflowers, yo. It's coming to Jersey, my hometown, my backyard. I'm sorry, but New Jersey is the ugly sister of New York. Hands fucking down.
Yeah, man. Kind of knew this was going to happen, but,
Yeah.
I wish it would have been Philly, but, maybe next year.
Here's the thing about it, right? So, it's funny because we've been knowing about this, right? You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers comes in and makes it Women's Memorial Battle Royal better. Fucking hilarious. Chris Phoenix in the comments. Works all the way by Cody Ray. Mason Nation 1127 right here. I would say the Mrs. Elizabeth Battle Royal. And fair enough. That's fair. I think that would have been fair. But at the same time, I think when you look back at Miss Elizabeth, the way she died and that whole stigma behind it too is kind of like a little bit too. You know what I mean? Because like I said before, you can go on the internet nowadays and search anything. And again, everything's now in a fucking database. So it's just one of those things where it's like, But back to this whole thing though, WrestleMania 35 coming back to MetLife Stadium on April the 7th, 2019. At MetLife. So Walter, quick question, bro. Will you be wearing your New York Football Giants jersey at MetLife?
Too cold for that probably, but I don't know about that. But yeah, it's coming back after 6 years.
5 years. Actually, 5 years.
5?
Actually, 5. Well, 10. Currently now it's 5. Currently now it's 5.
It's gonna be 6. It's gonna be 6 years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying 6 because 29, 35. I'm just doing some simple math. So
exactly. Yeah. I hear you.
But yeah, it's pretty close. Like New Orleans is only 4 years apart. So think about that. And I know people aren't a fan of them going back to these cities right away. I thought Florida was almost the closest, but then I see New Orleans, and now New York's the second time they're going back to back, kind of. But they had to do it. New York's a big market. Yes, it's in Jersey, but they're gonna cater. They want the tourists to tour more the New York area.
Exactly.
So honestly, we already knew this, but they're doing this, because they really like New Jersey. The people in there bid it hard to get this back, to get Mania back. They must have enjoyed it the first time. So good on them. Another local Mania, I guess. So at least they're not going to Hartford.
No, they're not. And you know what it is too. From what I was hearing, right? From what I was hearing now, to my understanding, this was supposed to happen a while back. Now, Grant, I heard Detroit. I'm sorry, Mike. Detroit. I'm sorry. Yeah. It came close. There were talks of Minneapolis. There were talks of Philadelphia, even New York. Now, I did hear about New York being the confirmed one, right? But also, the issue why it took so long to make it official, is because they were not sure of the location to have access, Raw after Mania, SmackDown, TakeOver, and the Hall of Fame. Now, think about this, okay? From the press release that they wrote, it's gonna take place all the other events at Barclays Center. Now, for those of you that do not that are not in the area that I'm at, I'm from Jersey, all right? East Rutherford from Brooklyn is like a 40-minute drive. It's 40 minutes. Also, if you take the train, all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take my car probably.
That being said, a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of traveling back and forth. I'm just saying, it's going to be a pain in the fucking ass.
Well, on Sunday, but all the other days, everything's going to be in Brooklyn.
No, but still, you got to keep this in mind, though, bro. Where the fuck are you going to have access? Where the fuck will the superstore be located?
In New York. in New York. That's what
I
they
don't-
said. They said
No,
all
but-
the other events are
but
going to be in Brooklyn.
I'm gonna say this right now, Walter. You and I off the air, we've been discussing this off the air. We were discussing this early in the day that we're gonna have to use that apartment in Brooklyn twice in a row this year for SummerSlam
like
weekend.
I was looking it up because I was wondering too. I didn't like. I knew they released the location, but I didn't know where the other things were going to be. And then I looked it up and they said all the rest of the events would be in Brooklyn. So yeah, if you're used to going to SummerSlam every summer, like you kind of got to do the same thing because it's gonna mostly be in Brooklyn minus the actual show.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, again, that's fine. But that's Sunday though. It's gonna be a pain in the ass for a lot of people.
Sunday's gonna be crazy. Like they're gonna be like, wait, what do we do? How do we get to MetLife?
So it's like I'm debating like either do we stay close to the stadium, or do we just?
I mean, it depends. Yeah, that's true. Because obviously we're going to take over.
Because I remember, dude. I remember my experience WrestleMania 29 weekend. Right, we had a fun time. Right, that was our first Mania. We had fun, but the show sucked, and it was cold that day. Cold as shit. And it's one of those things where it's gonna be cold again. It's gonna be cold. And I said this early, and I said this on a vid that I did yesterday on my channel that you're all on right now. That as I get it, yes, the Northeast, we are the most passionate, rabid wrestling fans in the entire country. Okay, hands down. Whether it's Boston, whether it's New York, whether it's Jersey, whether it's Philadelphia, whether it's Baltimore, whether it's even fucking Maine, Rhode Island. Okay, you kind of get the idea. Maryland, all passionate for professional wrestling. Okay. But I'm going to say this. We should not be hosting a WrestleMania. The Northeast should not be hosting a fucking WrestleMania. Until they build an indoor stadium, a dome. Why do you think the Super Bowl, 9 times out of 10, I've mostly been, with the exception of, was Minneapolis this year? Was it was indoor, right?
Yeah,
it's indoor though. It's indoor. Yeah,
that's why they built the indoor because it was
cold.
It was.
Yeah, they already tried Super Bowl New Jersey, and I don't think people really liked it like that.
That stadium is cursed, bruh. That stadium is cursed.
Which one, MetLife or
MetLife is cursed, bruh. Bad WrestleMania.
How's it cursed?
Bad Super Bowl.
Bad Mania. Bad Super Bowl.
The Giants, your beloved
Giants ain't doing shit. They haven't won. They won a Super Bowl while in that stadium though, so I can't really crap on them for that. The Jets, I guess, are cursed forever. It doesn't matter what stadium they're in. So
I'm gonna say this too. So today also they did the WrestleMania 35 press conference at MetLife, and let me just say the new logo. It looks like a fucking gym badge. Have you guys seen the new logo for WrestleMania 35?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It looks
funny.
It looks like the Pokemon, gym badge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it looks crisp. Like it doesn't look like tacky. Like it doesn't look kind of like I don't know. I don't like the ones that are really flashy. Like I'm trying to 31's logo. I didn't really like. 32's. It's the Cowboys. Why would I like that? So this one was like all right.
You know what it is, dude, right now? It's the fact that now WrestleMania, it's no longer number. It's just WrestleMania.
I mean, it looks better without the number, I'm not going to lie. Because what would the number be there for? Even, dude, WrestleMania 29 didn't have a number.
I know that, dude.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't. It just had New York, New Jersey.
Yeah, it just said New York, New Jersey with the Empire State Building.
Oh, yeah, Empire State.
So guys, if you guys are going to come to my beautiful city of New Jersey next year, I'm telling you guys right now, bring your North Face.
They're gonna be in New York most of the time.
Bring
They're
the
not
hoodie.
New Jersey.
Yeah, you're gonna be in New York most of the time. New Jersey has nothing to offer you. Jersey has nothing to offer you. I'm sorry.
Well, what does Brooklyn have to offer you? Let's be honest.
Weed.
It's kind of sad.
The Bud guy.
I know MS. Yeah.
The Bud man we saw in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Like they kind of. I know MSG's expensive, but damn, some event could have happened at least there. I mean,
can you imagine take over MSG?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
They had the Hall of Fame in MSG. But I don't even think the Barclays was created when 29 happened. Or they were creating it. It wasn't ready yet.
reading the comments here as well, guys, because I'm reading your comments too, right? Because I had guys supposed to read the comment, but they're not reading them. That's beside the point. Mason Nation writes here, okay, well, what about the Mae Young Battle Royal? She was like the mascot for women's in the WWE. Just forget about her giving birth to a hand. Chris Phoenix responds, they just named a tournament not that long ago from her. They probably wouldn't due to how redundant that'd be. Salrex, our graphic designer here. Again, if you are a YouTuber and a podcaster and you want layouts and just awesome graphics done for your channel, your podcast, logo, hit him up. He does amazing work for myself, for OKFaith, for Big Mike, for JD from NY206, Solemn Monster, just to name a few that he's worked with. Again, he does amazing stuff. The layout that you see right now, this new layout that you see, the overlay, or the layout that you want to call this, done by him. The logo, done by Salrex. Amazing stuff, guys. Go hit him up if you want awesome layouts and logos for your channel. Back to the comment threads, though. Not digging the colors. Big Mike, you wrote here you love the color, which is fine. It's fair. You know, if you like it, you like it. Future savior of gaming behavior rates here. I agree about it needing an indoor stadium now. I want Chicago to get an indoor stadium. I'm holding out for a WrestleMania here in Chicago. Unlikely, but I can hope. Again, you can hope. I mean, I'll be real with you. I'll be down for that. Imagine WrestleMania in Wrigley Field.
They ain't doing Wrigley. Or they'll do Chicago, bro. Soldier Field, where the Bears play.
Or did somebody say Bear?
Oh, man. I forgot.
WrestleMania 35 in New Jersey. Time to play P. Diddy Coming Home Again. Keep this in mind. They're playing Chris Rock's
hell no.
WrestleMania 30 theme song for WrestleMania 34 now and shit.
Yeah, why? That's terrible. I didn't even like that song.
Which, you know what? Speaking of which, as you all know, this past Monday, Big Mike was at Raw because he's in Detroit. They announced that Kid Rock will be the latest celebrity inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame. I'll be real about it, yo. When I heard it, I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? However, looking back on it now, you got to think about it. Big Kid Rock was a big part of WWE when it came to the music and shit like that. American Badass was a classic.
Yeah, it was. Even though a lot of people said that Fred Durst should get in there first before Kid Rock, but I think Kid Rock should get in there because he made the original Undertaker theme when he came back at what pay-per-view was that when Taker came back and it was during that Iron Man match?
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Yeah, so you heard Kid Rock's song and then Fred Durst did the Keep Rolling song later. So half and half reaction because Kid Rock did some controversial stuff during the openings of Little Caesars Arena and caused some controversy. Got his face taken off of the side of the arena. So half fanfare, people cheered, people didn't, So
it was happy. It happens. Do you know what it is, bro? It's when people can have mixed reaction to celebrity. They have mixed reaction. Like Snoop Dogg is an example. Oh, why is he in the Hall of Fame? Why is Mike Tyson in the Hall of Fame? Don't be surprised. They're going to put Mayweather in the Hall of Fame one day.
Oh, yeah. And that'll add to the more bad personality in the in the Hall of Fame. You can say that Kid Rock has a bad reputation now because of the controversial stuff that he did with the whole Trump stuff.
Speaking of bad reputation, Ronda really has to change that theme, man. I don't care if she's in the UFC.
Oh, yeah. Reputation.
I hate that. I don't like that theme song, man. I'm sorry.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Granted, should she have? I think Chase said it in one of his reviews a couple months ago when she came out for the Royal Rumble. That is not going to work in pro wrestling. It worked in MMA. In the UFC, it worked. Because if you ever watched her entrance to the Octagon, they'll play that music, right? And they'll pan out to the arena, and then they'll put the camera on her walking to the ring, to the Octagon. And she had that mean look in her face, that aggressive look. Like, you just did the most sinister thing in the world. And she's about to go out there and just fuck you up. That's the look she had back in the day. Granted, you know what I mean? Like you're saying, yeah, does she need a new theme song? Yes. Could it be, updated? Yes, absolutely. But then again, another thing that WWE been the flame with this week as well with Ronda Rousey, there was talk that Ronda Rousey was supposed to be on Raw every single week leading up to WrestleMania. And this week on Raw, she was not there in Detroit.
They should never advertise it like that.
To the point where they had to remove that statement on the website. They had to remove it. Like, it's no longer there now. It's no longer there.
Yeah. I was very disappointed, too.
And I'll be honest, dude, at the same time, I'm kind of happy that she wasn't there.
She doesn't need to be there every week.
Yeah. The last thing you want to do is devalue Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean? Devalue her. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I guarantee you she'll be there for the go show to WrestleMania. But nonetheless, apparently she was at the Ellen DeGeneres show, and she was in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh doing medical testing to see if she can even compete at WrestleMania. So that should be. And
she was at the press conference today too.
Yeah, which was funny too because she did they did the whole thing where, she was making her way to the podium, and Triple H was introducing her, and they had like a little stare down and shit. That was funny as all hell, but it was what it is. Chauncey Bullock writes here, I hope New Japan Pro Wrestling come to Detroit soon, and hashtag NJPW Detroit. One can hope. You know what I mean? One can hope.
Yeah. Ring of Honor came here, though. I miss Kenny Omega, so.
Yeah. Speaking of which, apparently, I'm sure, again, I don't know if you guys watch or not, but this past week, last week was the 16th anniversary show for Ring of Honor. And they had the closing segment of Kenny Omega being Barry the Bear. Because apparently now the Bullet Club has a new mascot called Barry the Bear, right? It's Bury the Bear, right? And they had the whole thing where, I think Cody beat Matt Taven. And Barry the Bear is there to celebrate and shit. And Cody goes for the hug. And the Bear just shoves him back to reveal that it was Kenny Omega the whole time. And he hit the fucking B trigger. And then Brandy Rhodes starts making out with Kenny Omega in the ring and shit. I'll be real about it. When people are saying match for WrestleMania weekend, it's up in the air right now. It's really up in the air. It's a lot of matches that could be match for the weekend. You have Nakamura Styles for WrestleMania 34. You have, I believe could be strong potential, Gargano versus Ciampa at TakeOver.
Yeah.
And then you have Kenny Omega versus Cody.
Do you talk about that ladder match too?
I mean, here's the thing with the ladder match. It's a multi-person match, though.
Yeah, but the people in it, man.
And I get that. You know what that's like, dude? It's like if you go on 2K18, right, and you just do that dream match with all these random people in that they'll never do that, and just F it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like the Money in the Bank ladder match. That's something that WrestleMania kind of needs.
I hear you. But you kind of get the gist, though. You kind of get the idea. There's so many matches that WrestleMania weekend that could steal the show, or steal the weekend, if you will. I remember for WrestleMania 32, it was Nakamura versus Zayn. And I was there live with Connor and Matt, and it was crazy as all shit. It was crazy as all hell. I remember telling Connor and Matt when that match was over, I can go home now. I can literally go home now.
Yeah, that match was pretty good. And that was the last really good invested Nakamura match I've ever seen. Nah, I won't go that far, but it's, it's been kind of stale with him. So
also on Raw, because again, Mike, you were there. So how was the environment for people there on Raw this past Monday? How was the environment? Were people into it? Were people, how was it?
We were reacting to a lot of stuff, especially that opening segment with Roman going back into Gorilla. That was a big reaction point for the crowd. Strowman looked over as hell when he came out in the main event. And what else? I think the segment where they had like the little GTV segment with Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, that got a big reaction. And it was well received. I don't know how it came off of television, but it was pretty loud in there. And it was a bigger crowd than Hell in a Cell, too.
Indeed. I thought Raw, I thought it was a fair show, to be fair. I didn't think it was, oh my God, crazy, but you know what I mean? You had Nia screaming like a maniac. finding out that her best friend was not so her best friend. You had
Cena thing was good too. That was really good. The Cena promo, that was really good, in my opinion, when he came to the crowd. So yeah,
I think there was good build up in this show. There was definitely build up towards Mania, which you don't see a lot. So that was good. So far it's been all right, and they still have a long way to go. So the build up has potential because other Manias have not had some good build ups. This one could be the one maybe to have good build up. Now some of the matches probably aren't that appealing. Some are, but if they do it, if they just build it up right, they'll get people excited.
I agree with you on that. I just wanted to make sure because apparently I don't hear myself on Mixlr. I don't hear myself on Mixlr.
Really? It was just working.
Like, is my mic coming off good on Mixlr? Let me know, Walter, if you get a chance. Let me know if my mic was coming off good. If anything, all right, as you're doing the show. If not, to just fix this or just wait till YouTube to finish rendering after this is done with. But yeah, I thought overall Raw was a solid show. You had, like I said, nice people like a maniac. Get Cena's promo calling out Taker. And I'll be real with you on that. I think honestly, we have to see American Badass Taker. That's the only way I feel like this match will work. If we see an American Badass Undertaker.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that was the question I was gonna ask you. That's been stirring up pretty much around the YWC and IWC. Bully Ray has made a poll about that too, because Akira Rock is going into the Hall of Fame, so he could performing live if he brought that gimmick back.
I hear you, man. When I hear myself, I'm doing a little testing here. That's what I'm doing. As we are. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, but it's
good.
That's pretty much the big question. Which Taker do we see at Mania?
Here's the thing about it, okay? First and foremost, as you all know, I am not down with the match. The promo was good. Again, especially keep it 100. I know this is not the popular thing to say, but Cena on the mic, it has been and forever will be gold on the mic. I don't care what anyone thinks. Cena on the mic is gold. Cena cuts a better promo than any indie guy on the indies right now. I'm gonna say that right now. His mic work is amazing, fucking the best, if not one of the best, right now.
Oh yeah, it better be the best.
And he proved it. He fucking proved it with that promo against Taker. But like we're saying though, the last thing I want to see is Dead Man Taker, the Dead Man and shit. It had to be Big Evil. I'm talking about that motorcycle going down, the Harley going down that giant, that giant aisle. Kid Rock playing the theme song. That's what we gotta see. And they can fucking Americanize the shit out of this and go ahead. Go for it.
They kind of have to do it because the Dead Man, he kind of I thought he retired when Roman beat him, so it doesn't make sense for Undertaker to come out, as a Dead Man again. I think they're gonna keep it like that, but I'll be really it'll be a lot more intriguing, I think, American Badass Taker. So, because we haven't seen that in a very long time, and obviously the Dead Man wants that's gonna always resent a lot of people more, but there's some people that want American Badass. Why not? He's getting older. Why not?
Older, you know what it is, dude. I think what should happen is, have Taker come out. You know what I mean? Have Taker come out, just regular Mark Calloway. I'm not the Dead Man. Whatever. Just him just shooting the shit on the mic. That's what we got to see. That Taker.
Yeah.
Steven, you're lying. Ballard Nakamura's see Kevin Owens cut better pro than Cena. Trash Blues Blitz fan club. But Steve, you're wrong, Steven, you're wrong. Shinsuke Nakamura cut better promos, even though we can't understand what he's saying. Even though he says, need to face, or, they cut better promos this year. I agree with you, John being better at the mic. Yes, please, just get the American Badass, please, by Mason Nation, 11/27. Hopefully, you know what I mean? Moving along here, moving right along. We'll get to live calls momentarily. Roman Reigns suspended temporarily per Vince McMahon. So as you all know, this Monday on Raw as well, they're going to do the whole thing with the confrontation, Brock and Roman Reigns. Hashtag my main event. Hashtag my main event, if you will. Trigger, I know everyone's triggered and shit right now. Kurt Angle comes out and tells him that Brock isn't here. So Roman gets on the mic, says it's not fair that, hey, everyone here busts their ass on the road every day. Brock's at home while all of us are putting in the work, showing respect for the business, making sacrifices. But because Brock is one of Vince's boys, he gets special privileges and shit like that. Now, before I move on with this, people were kind of upset that Roman said, oh, Brock is one of Vince's boys, when they believe that Roman Reigns is a Vince McMahon boy as well. Now, I don't know about you guys, but last time I checked, okay, Roman Reigns went through WWE developmental, right? Roman Reigns went through NXT, which was operated by who?
Triple H.
Exactly. So I don't understand how, again, you think about it too. Not only is it Roman Reigns, but Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger, The Revival,
Bobby Roode,
Asuka, all, Bailey, Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, all of them came through that NXT, which is Triple H's system. So they're all Triple H people, right? So essentially,
yeah.
So if anything, all of them are Triple H people. So explain to me how he is a Vince McMahon person. I don't get it. I do not understand.
I think it's because just the way they push him. But honestly, I agree. Like, it's kind of not true. Like, I feel like Triple H always favored Reigns a little bit more. With Vince, it's just like, he needed to push someone, and it's gonna be Roman. He feels like there's no one else, but I understand. It kind of came off weird. There's nothing to really complain about. At the end of the day, Lesnar is kind of Vince's, boy. I mean, Lesnar doesn't need the company. Vince he's re-signing him every time, and in a way that is true. I think Vince favors Lesnar a little more. I don't know about everyone else, but I think what Roman said was kind of true. I don't know why people are complaining about it.
Exactly. I'm not the only one that feels it. What about you, Mike? What do you think, bro?
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with you guys too, but a little like rebuttals on him being Vince's boy. The different crutches that they give him that they don't give other wrestlers. They don't let other wrestlers curse. They don't let other wrestlers use blood, even though that was fake blood. They don't let other wrestlers hit women. He speared Stephanie at WrestleMania. They don't let wrestlers do the majority of the stuff that Reigns do to try and get over. Now, I was arguing with a couple of people today about how Roman was
Speak close to your mic, bro. Speak close to your mic because you're cutting it off a little bit.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Now
okay.
Beautiful.
All right. Yeah. So I was arguing with a couple of people today because Roman was at High 97 today, and basically Rosenberg was talking about how we chose Roman and in the Shield at that time, and now everybody wants to take it back because it's not what they wanted. And then we got into arguments in the comments, and I was using those examples, and just the replies back was just mind-boggling. But I'm 50-50 on Reigns, and the build for this WrestleMania main event, if it is going to be the main event with Lesnar, is far better than 31. I can get behind this one than 31. The tug of war. I can get behind this one. So that's pretty much how I feel about it.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Again, no one's wrong here. No one is wrong. No one is wrong here, okay? The cringe right here right now. We'll get into that off the air, but why oh why, Bill? Please don't. I hear you guys. Again, it's one of those things right now. At the end of the day, you know, here's the thing about it too. You know, as you all know, I'm a Roman Reigns fan. Okay, this podcast is pro Roman in a way, but does that mean that I want this to be the main event of WrestleMania? No. Will it? Yes, I think it will. End of the day, though, yes. I feel like this needs a twist in the thing. Can you do Roman turning heel? I think eventually he has to. But at the same time, though, you guys already boo him already. We boo him already. So what's the purpose of making him heel if you guys already boo him so you can cheer him? You notice the irony and the hypocrisy in that.
Yeah, there's no reason to turn him heel. He was already booed, so... You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro.
I don't know, man. But I like the build up as well to this, better than 31. So hopefully the match is as good as 31, if not better somehow. I know people aren't going to like it. I don't know if it's really going to be the main event, actually. I think there's other options. But, you know, it is what it is. We got them. They planned this match, you know, way, like, months in advance. So I can't really bitch about it too much now.
Exactly. Before we take live call, we're going to talk about a little bit of I want to say the SmackDown Live issues as well. As you all know, Shane's big announcement was that he's going to take a little break, leave a legal absence, right, for a little bit. But at the same time, he announced there's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 1-on-1, which ended up with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn beating the holy hell out of Shane O'Mac.
Yeah. This was funny because of the injury at the end. Well, not the injury, but the ending scene. It looked like Shane McMahon didn't know what to sell. You know, do I sell my neck or my back? So let's just combine them both. But it was cool. I really didn't understand Sami Zayn's, you know, whole promo. It really didn't catch me with his promo. It was like, are you with Owens? Are you against him? What are you gonna prove? It's like, I really don't get that. But the whole Shane McMahon leaving is weird, but it makes it look like it's gonna be like a triple threat or tag team match. I don't know who would be the winner, but
I think it has to be Vince, dude. I know Vince is involved in that Roman storyline. You think about this too. This past Monday on Raw, when Roman went backstage to Gorilla, who was there with Vince? It was Shane.
Yeah, it was Shane. Yeah,
why
and that was weird. And Kevin Owens was the first person to tweet about it.
Yeah, why would the SmackDown commissioner be on a Raw show? You know what I mean?
I don't know, but honestly, I'm not excited for Shane and Owens and Zayn storyline still. Like I know that's what they build it up most of the year, but might have to pass on this one.
Yeah, if Roman turned heel, the IWC would cheer him. He's a face, so they'll boo him. Exactly. Hashtag down my champion IWC logic. It is IWC logic. We also found out that, as you all know, Asuka confronted Charlotte. I thought it was okay for what it was. So the Shinsuke confronted AJ Styles as well. Again, it was there too. You know what I mean? We'll see where this goes. The build-up continues and shit like that. Also, the press conference today, I noticed how kayfabe was completely broken. Even though it's been broken for years, but damn, bro. You had the New Day come out all dressed up in suits, and, you know, I thought, you know, that, hey, you know, I thought that Kofi and Xavier were hurt. Right?
You think they were really... Well, they recovered.
I know that, but they're all hippie, happy, dancing and shit like that, booty-os and pancakes. You had, and in the front row, you had Nia Jax sitting next to Alexa Bliss. Like,
yeah, that was weird.
That was weird. What else did I forget here? I know I'm forgetting something. that happened on SmackDown. Oh yeah, the Big E and Jimmy Uso went up against the Bludgeon Brothers. Who either that's going into WrestleMania. And Braun and Raw, win the Battle Royal on his own. People are saying it's going to be Elias to be his tag team partner. I wouldn't mind seeing that for the moment, if you will. But at the same time, people feel at the same time that, Braun is in the wrong spot at WrestleMania. Whatever.
What about Samoa Joe? Isn't he going to be tag team with Braun?
I don't know about that. It's a possibility. I think it's possible.
Might as well. I mean, if Joe's ready to come back, you got to have him at Mania somehow.
I know.
Yeah, I don't want
not in the Battle Royal.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't want Mania 2 years in a row.
I hear you, man. And I agree with you on that 100% too. I'll tell you guys what, guys. Let's take it to the streets, yo. Let's take it to the streets. If you guys want to call into the show now, we are now accepting live calls. So call in. Numbers on the screen: 718-473-0813. If you want to call in, give it your thoughts on what we're talking, anything that you want to add, feel free to. We're taking live calls right now. Also, the people also over at Mixlr want to call in as well. The number is 718-473-0813. I'll post the number on the Mixlr chat as well for people to call in as well. 473-0813. Call in now. All right, we're taking live calls now, people. So if you want to call in now, call in right now, people. The phone lines are officially open. But other than that, too, what's funny, too? Like, little dumb tweet of the week. It goes to Impact Wrestling.
I know where you're going with this.
I mean, it's not Walter. You saw what happened, right? I showed you the picture in our little Facebook PM podcast messenger, right?
Yeah.
And to be fair, you know what? Could it be a dumb tweet at the same time as like a duh tweet, if you will? So as you all know, over this past week, Twitch streamer Ninja was playing Fortnite with Drake, and it was probably the most watched stream live ever on Twitch. It broke records. What
Half a
have you,
million.
right? 500,000. Yeah, exactly. All that shit, right?
Yeah, 700K.
Yeah. And as you all know, Impact Wrestling, they post a lot of stuff on Twitch. They stream some of the old classic stuff on Twitch, right? And this is what they put on their Twitch on Twitter handle moments after this came out, right? This is what they wrote in quote. We would plug our wonderful Twitch channel, but realistically, we can't compete with Drake playing Fortnite.
Oh, man.
Exactly. Chauncey, if you're going to call in...
Just state the obvious.
Chauncey, if you're going to call in through the number. Don't call in through Skype, bro.
Stating the obvious. Like, what was the point of that tweet?
Yeah, they could have just kept that to themselves.
Like, obvious. It's bad enough. You probably don't even get close to what Ninja gets on Twitch. And they're just... Come on, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I think didn't Travis Scott join them?
Yeah, it was Travis Scott and Juju Smith. Schuster was in it, football player from the Steelers.
Yeah, Juju, he been going nuts on social media.
Yeah, Juju's a weirdo.
Yeah, it's like, dude, man, you a football player, train, do something.
Like I don't blame. He's young. He's my age. But he's
like a little kid.
I know. Wait, how old is he actually? I think he's young.
He like 22. Like like that. I think he's 22. Let me look it up.
I mean, he curved Mia Khalifa, so.
He what?
He curved Mia Khalifa. When Mia Khalifa was like talking to him, hitting him up. So he's like, nope, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, that's a boy.
Yeah, he's 21 years old. Wow.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, he's 21.
Exactly.
He's so young. He got to the league at 20.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got a number. Here we go. 520, you're on the air.
Hey, man, what's up? It's Chris Phoenix.
Chris, how are you, buddy? How the fuck you been, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a while, bro.
It has been a while.
Exactly. So what's on your mind, Chris? What's on your mind?
Well, for me, it's just interesting because, for someone who's been a wrestling fan for like 20 years now, by the way, I make feel like I'm ancient saying that.
Oh, not the only one. Not the only one.
Yeah. But I don't know why. Like for me, when I look at it's not just State of Wrestling, but when I look at WrestleMania as a whole, like I look at the card or what the potential of the card and so on and so forth, I can't help but look at this and be like, okay, this might be the most disappointing thing I've seen for WrestleMania since at least like WrestleMania 29, if not worse. Because it's just like either every match is predictable or it's just a match that I feel that's either too little too late or who in the blue hell wants to see this match?
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Like, we're talking about, like, for example, like, I get the whole idea of, oh, this is for indie fans, you know, the AJ Styles versus Nakamura, even though apparently there's a rumor that I guess Styles may have got injured tonight at the MSG show.
I heard about that, yeah. Apparently he was assisted. Apparently the referee had to do the whole X sign and shit. Listen, the last thing you really want right now is going into WrestleMania, your WWE champion going out with an injury.
Getting injured.
That was that came out to be fake. He did get taken out, but he came back. So that was like storyline.
Apparently, I also heard. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true or not. Apparently, did Sonya Deville knock out John Cena?
Really?
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
What the hell?
That apparently Sonya Deville knocked out John Cena.
Well, he didn't put your hair up and square up. That's the problem.
Well, he has no hair. He has no hair. Come on.
Well, exactly. He couldn't square up. Exactly. That's the problem.
Exactly.
That's just. Oh my God. What
I hear you, man. I mean, to be fair with you,
listen
again. Go on.
The former poster boy gets knocked out by Sonya Deville. What in the? Oh my God! This freaking company.
That's what people are saying on Facebook and shit. Oh, she knocked her out, whatever. I'm like, I want to know how.
I want to be surprised.
I gotta see. It better be a GIF. There better be a video. There better be something with this, because like.
I found one.
Vine is dead. There's no Vine of it. Vine is dead. So there's no Vine of it.
Vine was
that would have been great.
I know.
Vine is no more.
Vine is no more.
So what was you gonna say? You're gonna say something though. You're about to say something.
I mean, I get what you're saying. You know, the whole Nakamura Styles match. You know, at the end of the day, it's the smart main event for the smart.
It's not the dream match though. We already. I mean, if they are smarks,
how is it a dream match when they already had it?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They already had it in Japan.
It's not a dream match.
It's a dream match in the United States.
But you know what it is though. No, you know what it is though. You know what it is, though, and I get what you're saying. But for the casual viewer who does not know what the fuck is New Japan World or what the fuck is a New Japan Pro Wrestling, for them, this is the first time they're watching it. I'm surprised. Listen, you think about this too, right?
YouTube.
Or Daily Motion, or you know. But how many times?
How is it a dream match for them?
But how many times has WWE referenced New Japan? When AJ Styles debuted at the Rumble, former IWGP heavyweight champion, same as Brock Lesnar. They referenced New Japan in the past with Finn Balor, like Chase would say, right? Yeah. I got honestly, I gotta get a sound that Chase doing it. Yo. But the point of the matter is, like, for those people, yeah, this is like the first. Like, there's people out there that have watched the Wrestle Kingdom 10 match, right? That only watched that match and like, oh, that was a 5-star classic match. When in reality, it was rated 4-star with some change. It wasn't even rated 5-star. But I get what you're saying though. Listen, end of the day, for the WWE diehard, for the casual viewer, this is again the match. Oh my God. WrestleMania, oh my God, awesome and shit. And again, you can show. I guarantee you, the Wrestle Kingdom 10 match will be 10 times better than the WrestleMania 34 match. You know what I mean? But
so that's not a good thing.
I mean, again, you gotta understand, they're not gonna go all out. Like you don't expect Nakamura to go out there and do the Kinshasa as so cringe worthy that name is, the Kinshasa, right? On the back of the head of Styles.
Like I expect Wrestle Kingdom to do a lot more.
Listen, Wrestle Kingdom 10, right? AJ Nakamura ate the bullet. Remember that shit? The fucker ate the bullet. Until Styles like, come on, come on, come on, come on, Lee, come on, come on, come on.
I wonder how they're gonna do that, reenact that. Maybe they do. I don't know what they'll do with that from the beginning when he bit the bullet.
We'll see, man. But again, that's not hashtag. That's not my main event. My main event is Roman Reigns and Brock. That's my main event. Shit.
Hashtag Blue Balor.
Oh man, Finn Balor.
Finn Balor does have a main event. He's opening the show most.
Listen, listen. If he's wrestling in the daytime, well, my bad. It's an indoor stadium. What the fuck
it's
am I talking?
It's an indoor stadium. You can't tell.
The fuck up. What the fuck am I talking about here? Okay, he has to be the demon. He has to bring out the if he brings out the demon character, he's winning the match, hands down.
Well, that would suck.
I think he brings out the color.
Nah, he's just gonna be Red Balor.
Will they have to write off the Miz because Miz has got to go be a baby daddy for his wife.
Yeah, maybe she'll give birth as soon as the match starts.
No.
I know exactly.
Hashtag good baby.
Yeah.
The baby, yeah. We're in the comments here as well. Andre Corbio writes here, LOL, never thought of the WrestleMania logo looking like a gym badge, but it does. WrestleMania 35 logo, but that for you guys who don't know.
That logo is god awful.
The 35 one, yeah, I know. It's like a gym badge. It's like you're playing Pokemon. It's the fucking gym badge that you win from the gym leader. That's what it is.
It's definitely different. I don't know how I feel about it though. Like,
fuck a gym badge. That's like a fucking Boy Scout badge. Like,
Boy Scout badge.
You went out and you saved an old lady from dying in an ambulance. Here you go, son.
Yeah. Speaking of which, guys, how about that John Bravo documentary that aired today?
Roman Reigns did steroids. Finn Balor and Nakamura and Kevin Owens would never do steroids. It's Roman. Roman did it. Roman, John Cena, they all did it. They cheat. They suck.
I'm gonna say this right now. Listen, it's a shame that people want Roman to come out guilty and shit, but I guarantee you, if this was Rollins, if this was Balor, if this was any other else, oh my god, how dare! Screw you, Johnny Bravo. Screw you. I mean, the 35 logo. You know what it reminds me of? Honestly, it reminds me of the little pin that you put on your blazer. Like the airline pins and shit. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of an airline logo. Like, I get the little spike is the Statue of Liberty. I get that. Fine and dandy. But other than that, I mean,
Yeah.
Exactly. You still there, Chris?
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, I was just thinking something in my head.
It happens, but it happens, man. Absolutely. Fair dues, man. Fair dues. But did you guys saw the whole thing, right? The whole thing. I mean, apparently the Roman stuff is still some dude's it's still caught by DEA. Apparently they're not gonna air it out yet. Literally, that's pretty much what this was, pretty much, from the whole John Bravo shit.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
I mean, if I look at it like, dude, if you got proof, bring it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not the fact that he had proof. It's like he used Roman's name to like get one video out. It took so long, and then Roman's not even a part.
I hear you, man. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and he pretty much, I guess you can say, he confirmed some people, some that we probably already knew. Steve Austin, Kevin Nash, Jinder, Sheamus. Who else did he say? Cena, Daniel Puder, and Puder was a trainer for him too. So, yeah, I can't think of any more names. Luther Reigns, he got him right, but he said basically we can't even prove Roman or Mark Wahlberg right now because evidence is still being held. So it was pretty much fluff.
Yeah, man. Exactly. By the way, apparently the 50-person Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia will be airing on the network.
Is it gonna be for anything?
What happened?
Is it gonna be for anything?
I have no idea. Apparently, Roman Reigns, I guess he was part of the Sam Roberts wrestling podcast. Or I guess he was interviewed. Because, again, they're in New York right now. They're in New York for the house show at MSG, right? So, I guess they were doing media, and I guess Roman confirmed that he's going to... The greatest Royal Rumble will be featured on the WWE Network.
I hate the fact that they're using greatest, because even though greatest means two things, sort of, it means big and also like something meaning something, I guess. But greatest, it just looks weird when it says greatest Royal Rumble ever. You know, why they just can't call it a 50-man Royal Rumble, the biggest, or anything, you know, except for greatest.
Exactly, man. Anything you want to chime in, Chris? Oh, Chris left already. Oh shit, Chris left already. Okay, fair enough. Chris has stuff to do. Just hit me up here in the text.
I'm just looking at the logo closely. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a gym badge. I'm just curious why they put like the red background with black lettering.
I have no idea, bro.
I understand the golden statue, but I don't know. Maybe I'll grow to like it. I mean, the 34 logo is just kind of plain too, but it has like a classic look to it too.
Exactly, Walter. Absolutely.
That's how bored. That's not bored, but that's how like intriguing these logos are now. Like, what the hell? And how's the stage gonna look? I mean, I'm curious about that.
No, what I do know is though, this coming Monday is the Ultimate Deletion.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
See how they do this. Actually, I mean, listen. Really, to be honest here, I'm looking forward to seeing how they've actually produced this stuff. Cause think about this, right? When they're in TNA, when Matt and Jeff were in TNA, right? They weren't really on a high budget to do all that, but they made it work though, right? So imagine them now, or that for Matt, that is, right, with the WWE budget making this shit work. You know what I mean? Just imagine that.
You go ahead.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna be crazy. She's gonna be insane.
I'm kind of excited too. I mean, yeah, the feud's kind of silly, and we're tired of Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt. But I guess to see the Ultimate Deletion happen and the WWE, knowing that they have some money to back it up, I'm definitely intrigued to see how they fare off. Now, there are any comparisons a lot to the Final Deletion and everything else they did in TNA, so this has to be a good one.
Indeed, man. Absolutely. Before we wrap this up, 205 Live this past Tuesday after SmackDown.
Really? We're talking about 205 Live still?
I actually saw the show because, again, I wanted to see the...
No, I'm kidding.
Cedric and Roddy tore the house now. I'll tell you that right now. They had a good match.
I saw it too.
Cedric won. NXT, it was there. I mean, Adam Cole, Pete Dunne had an amazing match as well. They tore the house now for the UK Championship. You also had the contract sliding between Andrade and Aleister Black. Andrade wasn't there. Actually, Andrade, as we speak, is in Mexico. So, we'll see. But that's pretty much this week's show, man. Anything that we didn't cover that you guys want to add before we wrap up the show? Gentlemen?
I think we covered everything pretty quick. Let me, I'm just going to double check here.
Yeah,
I was too busy looking at the logo.
Yeah, pretty much. I would like to add that to that Ultimate Deletion, I heard some of the rumor. I mean, not the rumor, the results and the ending and all of that stuff. It's insane if that sticks. And also, they said that they might cut Jeff out of the thing too because he was there before his DWI.
I don't think they'll cut him off. I don't think they're gonna cut him off. I think what's gonna happen is he's still gonna be there. They're not gonna cut him off though. The idea
they shouldn't cut him off.
Exactly.
That's the rumor that's going around. So
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, and WWE had a house show on MSG today, right?
Yeah.
The crowd looks okay.
I mean, I was gonna go, I was gonna go to the show, right? But I thought about I had to pay my rent, I had to pay my phone bill. I can't.
Nobody got time for that.
and not for nothing, dude. But now, and this is just me, okay? When I go to a wrestling show, I gotta be so-called what the kids call fresh, right, or on fleek. Do people still say on fleek, right?
I don't think so.
So I had to get a hair. I didn't get a haircut yet. And no, I'm not cutting off my man bun. No, I'm not. Sorry, Corvin. I'm not cutting off the man bun. Just my traditional undercut that I usually get from my barber. And I was too lazy to go to my barber. I was just too lazy to go today, right? So today I actually cleaned up my area. I cleaned it up a little bit. I sweeped up. I did all this shit, right? And just did that. Went to the gym later on in the day. Went to the gym. That's right. Let the fat jokes begin. And after that, I just made me some dinner. And now here we're doing the show. So it really wasn't feeling like going to the house show at MSG. Other than that, though, I mean, if anything, I'm probably gonna do Backlash coming up.
I only do house shows if it's near my area. I don't go all the way to fucking New York for a house show, or unless I'm in the White Plains area, then maybe. But that I don't know, man. I mean, but I'm kind of shocked. Like the crowd didn't look. Oh, I can't be shocked. These crowds have been declining, but you could. It's WrestleMania season. The MSG crowd is not packed.
It's not packed at all.
Yeah, that's a telling sign.
That's not good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's supposed to be one of their big shows.
Exactly. I mean, again, I'm probably going to Backlash at Prudential. SummerSlam, then WrestleMania. So, I mean, again, lots of going on right now, but that's pretty much my day. Like, work today was a drag. I got to go back tomorrow, my other job at 5:30 in the morning. So, once this shit's done, once the show's done, I'm going to put it up on iTunes and then head to bed. But yeah, guys, just so you guys know, this coming Friday, I am doing a Q&A on the YouTube channel. It probably will not be live. It'll just be a regular recorded video that I'm going to do, answering questions and stuff like that. So if you've not sent in your questions, head over to the video where I did the Q&A video where I, said it, whatever. Head over there now. And what's good about this now as well is that with YouTube now, right, with this new streaming service, right, when people watch a playback, the chat will pop up. You know what I mean? So people can look back. People can look back into the live chat and see, ooh, what have you.
Oh, that's like crazy.
Yeah. So that's cool now in a way. So if you guys, so if you've not sent in your questions yet, I'm gonna post a link in the chat on the YouTube stream. Right? If you guys can send in your questions, get this trash out of here. Cancel this. Whatever. Broom, broom, broom. Yeah, go want to send in your questions right there. There you go. Send in questions right there. Oh shit, my bad. Fucked up. I fucked up. Remove that. There we go. Whoops. I love that sound. Broom, broom, broom. Broom, broom.
What is that? The warning sound?
Yeah. Pretty much. Hey guys, what is up? It's me. Get this shit out of here. Shut up, you. Shut up, you. What they're gonna tell you guys? That's pretty much my week. Tomorrow, again, going back to the office. But yeah, man. What about you guys? What you guys have planned for the weekend and shit like that? Walter, whose chick are you banging now, bro?
I don't know about that, but shit. Tomorrow, back to the office, indeed. Saturday, work on Saturdays is a drag too, but it's the most chill because it's less people. So I don't want to say I fuck around, but I just don't do as much. I just gotta wake up earlier.
Don't lie, bro. You fuck around, bro. You mother.
Well, yeah, last Saturday I did fuck around a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but it's because there's less people there, so you kind of get away with most things. Like the main boss isn't there on Saturday, so that's why I'm like, whatever. It's just a short Spanish dude that's supervising. I'm not scared of him.
Exactly. You fucked up. I guarantee I think I did, Corbin. But again, Corbin, want to call on the show now if you want. I know Corbin likes calling in, so try to give him a chance here. Maybe he is. Maybe he won't. Giving him a chance. Give him the opportunity to call in right now. Hold up, my bad. Let me change the screens here. Whoop. There you go. Lines are open again. He's going to call in real quick. But other than that, though, I mean, Oh yeah, by the way, we talked about the All In. You did talk about last week the All In show coming in Chicago.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
All in, baby, all in. Walter, are you all in, bro? Are you all in?
All in. All in what?
To Chicago, are you down, bro? You bought it?
I'm not going to damn Chicago.
Not going to damn Chicago.
Not for that. I'm not gonna go for that.
Come on, we gotta be all in, bro. We gotta be all in. Come on
I
now.
think it's New York, maybe, but not Chicago. Too far.
Hey. Corbin, what's up, bro?
Not much, Stephen. How are you?
I'm good.
How's
I'm
everyone
good.
else doing?
We're doing good,
That's
Corbin.
fantastic.
What's on your mind, Corbin?
Yep.
What's on your mind?
What? What's on my mind?
It's on the mind of Soup Heat Corbin. What's on your mind, bro?
Superstar Corbin. Okay, that's the new one.
I said Soup Heat Corbin. Soup Heat Corbin. What's on your mind, bro?
Oh, Soup Heat. My apologies. I couldn't hear you. You're on speaker. That's why. Maybe that's why. Nothing's really on line. I'm just organizing a few things here. My autograph binder. I just got back from an indie show where Jushin Thunder Liger was in the main event. So.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yep. AAW, one of the bigger indie promotions here in Illinois and in the Chicagoland area. Just had a show tonight at a venue called 115 Bourbon Street. Jushin Thunder Liger teamed with the world champion of that promotion, of the indie company, ACH, to take on David Starr and Trevor Lee.
Ooh, now let me ask you a question. When Jushin Liger, did he help put over the young talent?
He did a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Let me see one.
Well, he didn't get pinned. He didn't lose. That's what you're saying. But he didn't take the winning fall either. So.
Okay.
ACH took the winning fall.
As it should be.
It was a wonderful sight to behold. People were very excited to see Jushin Liger.
Hell yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, I would be.
You know what it is too, though? It's crazy how
I got a picture with him too, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's crazy how in America, right, we view Liger like this legend. Oh my God, he's a legend. But in Japan, they have him like, but in Japan they have him like on opening the show, like on the pre-show, and it's like, you know what I mean?
He's like their big show.
No. He's more like, okay. He's like their Mark Henry. That's kind of how they do things
in Japan. The older guys are usually relegated to the smaller, to the pre-shows and like the battle royals and stuff, and that's kind of what they're supposed to do. And because the guys who are actually, I guess, I don't know, it's weird. They do that with a lot of their younger guys too, like the young Lions. They don't put them on the main show sometimes. They usually have them in tag matches or multi-man matches of some kind before the show or something like that. They're not really that important. I don't know. It's just that's kind of how Japan does things.
I know. I'm just teasing, Corbin. I'm just teasing, bro. But I hear what you're saying, man. But what's your thoughts, bro, on this whole, like, we were talking about earlier about the whole Fabulous Moolah uproar that caused people to go crazy, how they changed the name of it. What's your thoughts on all this, bro? What's your take?
The Fabulous Moolah is a cunt, and they should rot in hell. There you have it, folks.
Michael Corbin. I love it.
Seriously, if you guys don't understand, people don't understand. You just Google Google her. Just Google what she's done to people. Google what people have said about her. Her own trainees. This is a woman who purposely fucked people over and pimped them out and hoard them out for just. She was just an evil person. She was just not a good person. And it was just. I'm glad they changed the name because fans did the right thing, and they actually, instead of just whining online, they complained to the sponsor of WrestleMania, Snickers.
The Mars
which
Company.
Was the right song.
The Mars Company.
Oh, they did it.
They were it was insane, man. It was crazy.
It was, but you know what? I don't really fault anybody for doing that because that was the right move to make, I think. Because the company's not going to listen to fans, but they'll listen to people who are going to pay them money, a lot more money than the fans can ever dream of. A sponsor pulling out, a major sponsor like Snickers, who pretty much they'll work with anybody. I mean, right. if you lose a sponsorship from like a candy company,
company,
you fuck up. Yes.
Think about this,
Mars
right?
Incorporated is a candy company.
I know that. I know. Like Vince McMahon, right, competed with everybody. You know, he beat Ted Turner. He beat the IRS, the U.S. government, but he had to get down on his knees to the candy bar. Yo. Holy shit, yeah. Think about that for a minute.
The almighty dollar holds power over everyone, even Vince McMahon. Vince likes money.
The almighty chocolate bar. The almighty chocolate bar.
The almighty chocolate bar with peanuts and chocolate, which is just, I hate Snickers. I'm just not a fan of their candy.
Oh man, you're missing out.
Candy. My grandmother used to love them.
Ah man.
Look, I'm more of a Milky Way or Twix guy, or Kit Kat or Three Musketeers. I don't like peanuts in my candy.
Okay,
I like peanut butter, and that's about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Like I'll go as far as maybe a Reese's cup. That's about it. It's about as much peanuts involvement in candy that I like. A Reese's cup, and like that's it.
Fair enough, Corbin. Hey, you have every right to like what you like and not like. You know what I mean? Fair enough, Corbin. Fair enough.
Right?
You know what I mean?
If people but yeah, I know. But you know, if people actually look into the history of Moolah and what she actually is accused of doing, you know, you can understand why people are going to be upset. It's not, you know, she's not this saint that the WWE tried to portray her as. Oh, she was this pioneer and trailblazer for women. Yeah, but for all the wrong reasons. She was a glorified pimp. She would pimp out some of her trainees to the promoters and other morally unsavory workers that the promoter would employ, just so that these that the wrestlers wouldn't go out into town and get in trouble by fucking one of the women in town and doing something unsavory to them. And, you know, so instead, they just got you know these female wrestlers who were sent to these promoters or these territories, whatever they were. So she did that.
Regions. Corbin, quick question, bro.
She was a horrible person.
Corbin, by the way, you're able to hear me perfectly on Mixlr, right? By the way, my end. Just want to make sure.
I was able to hear you on Mixlr.
What happened?
I was able to hear you on Mixlr. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Right now,
cool.
I was able to hear you.
Cool. All right.
You were coming clear.
Cool. Awesome. Gucci. All right, let the kids say. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. At the end of the day, what happened?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't interrupt you.
No. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
What were your thoughts on the whole thing? Because I missed most of the show. I didn't even know you guys were on tonight until I turned my phone back on.
I mean, the whole notion behind it is the whole fact that, listen, you know, it's crazy that WWE would think that, hey, you know, people won't look on, you know, social media. They won't go on. Because, again, everything now is on a fucking database. You can Google search Fabulous Moolah prostitution, and the whole thing will come up. And you'll just be in, like, wow, and shock. Just complete shock. And, again, the fact, can you just imagine what would have happened if they would have kept the name? Just kept it. Because now, essentially, this is just a battle royal. A generic, bland battle royal that's probably going to be on the pre-show. Or on the, you know... you know what I mean? But, at the same time, though, it's a way to get all these women on the card, like the Lanas of the world, the Mandy Rose, the Sonya Deville, the Liv Morgan, the Sarah Logans, the Naomi's of the world, the Becky Lynch's, which is a shame because Becky Lynch, I feel like, should be up on the card, in my opinion. But it is what it is, you know? If to get them all, it's also to get on the show the iconic duo of Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, the Ember Moon, who probably will get her butt kicked by Shayna Baszler the night before a takeover, right? Or the Kairi Sanes, or you kind of get the idea, you know what I mean? Or one of my personal favorites on NXT is Dakota Kai. My personal favorites.
I don't
One
know
more thing too.
much NXT, but
I
know who Dakota Kai is.
Mike, I don't know about you, but Mike, Big Mike, that is Big Mike. You saw NXT this past week, right? You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, and again, you can probably think I'm weird, but again, I'm a guy. But am I the only one that found the whole ending of the show between Zelina Vega and Candice LeRae hot? Am I the only?
I'm probably in that boat with you.
Like the whole brawling, they're brawling on the table. You had Zelina laying there. You had I thought that was sexy as all hell for some reason.
Yeah.
And people might think I'm a fucked up person, but listen, I'm a guy. You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
It's a compliment in my eyes. So
Exactly.
I don't find it as like misogynistic or anything like that to think like that, you know.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat with you. It was pretty, especially what Zelina Vega was wearing too. Her prancing out there with that outfit she had on.
Like, yo, is she still with Aries? Or are they still a couple?
I don't know, because I don't know if it's for them just to act like that. I've been seeing Almas, googly eyeing her a couple of times. Have you noticed that?
I think he's hitting that in real life. I think he's hitting that.
Of course he is.
Good for him though. El Idolo, man. The greatest NXT champion is Kevin Owens. I'm telling you right now. Andrade Cien Alma.
He went from a zero to a hero. I know that.
Word. He's a big hero. I'll tell you that much. He's a big hero. What do you think though? What do you think, Corbin? What do you think?
Well, to be perfectly bluntly and brutally honest, I guess. Well, not brutally, but if you find Candice LeRae hot, I'm kind of thinking you might need to have like a psychiatric evaluation.
Look at that. Come on,
Corbin.
She's not. I don't think she's hot either. Don't worry. But I don't think she's ugly.
I don't think she's ugly.
It's not that bad.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Kairi Sane. Okay. Kairi Sane. All right.
Oh no, you're not trying to say Candice LeRae looks better than Kairi Sane.
No. I think Kairi Sane looks better than Candice LeRae. She's beautiful. I think she may look different, but she's beautiful. Ember Moon, even though she wears a lot of she's kind of weird, but I think something beautiful about her as well. What's her name? Ruby. I'll say it's Ruby Riott to me on the main roster is probably beautiful.
All right, that's one I'll never agree with. Okay.
No. Ruby Riott now. Ruby Riott now. Now Ruby Riott was
now.
Back when she had her.
She was worse before.
Yeah, where her
she had
short
that
hair.
short. No.
Oh God, that was awful, man. She looked like a fish.
Exactly, like a fish.
Her forehead was just massive.
Exactly.
A fish? Ruby Riott looks like a fish?
Yeah, because she, that forehead and her nose, and then if you centered her face a little bit, look like she cross-eyed it a little bit. Googly-eyed a little bit. And then she got the long hair, and then it was like, oh, okay, she don't look that bad, I guess. And then, you follow her on Instagram, you see certain pictures. It's like, she don't look that bad. I guess not. But it's not like full-on hotness. It's just, it went up a little bit.
I just don't find Candice LeRae to be that attractive. That's just my personal taste. I would say, at least in my opinion alone, I find Kairi Sane to be more appealing visually than Candice LeRae.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Fair enough.
My opinion.
I think another one who I find very attractive. Now she's not a wrestler, but she's like very active on the wrestling community. Alicia Toot from Ambi. I don't know if you ever heard of her.
Never heard of her.
Well, she has a YouTube channel. What she does, she interviews all the wrestlers and shit from like Impact, Ring of Honor. She's Canadian, right? She has a channel. Go check her out when you get a chance. It's called A Music Blog, or just look up Ambi, AMBY. It stands for A Music Blog. Yeah, she interviews also like musicians.
I've seen that before. I've never really watched a video of her, but I've seen them around. But
She's
I don't
very.
really watch them.
I find her I find her very attractive as well.
Yeah, she doesn't look bad.
I'm sure she'll be flattered to hear that.
I know, right? Imagine.
I'm not even gonna bother.
Ain't gonna bother. Of course you're not. Yeah, man. I was gonna tell you. Oh my goodness, crazy day, crazy ass day. You know,
Huh?
it's a crazy ass day. You know what I mean? Another thing too. Again, listen. I think this is a good step though with them changing the name from the Fabulous Moolah to just regular. Now, the next step I think is the Warrior Award. That's the next step. I think we can agree on that, right?
They could switch it up
so?
a bit.
That's the next step. The Warrior Award, change something different. You know what I mean? Because again,
It's
nothing
not
against
what
the
Warrior wanted it to be.
Yeah, cause again, nothing against the kid, because the kid's all, the kid's, again, he's
The
good
kid
moment.
deserves it.
He deserves all the hell you want.
New Orleans.
But, at the end of the day, no.
It just needs a new name.
I think Don Tony said it best on his show this past week. Like, yo, why the hell is he there with the Hall of Famers, like, just chilling there? No. Like, why is he, like, in front of fucking Goldberg or in front of fucking, like, Hillbilly Jim?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. That's awesome to me.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. This class,
Kid Rock.
that's a weird ass class. Yeah, that's a weird ass
Hall of Fame?
It is. I told my dad when we were at Raw, I was like, this is a weird bunch.
Yeah.
Jeff
Yeah,
Jarrett,
they mixed everyone up. Jeff Jarrett's in it, like Ivory, Kid Rock, like what the?
Yeah.
Oh man, not the strongest class at all, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I know
It's
you
a bit of a
have to
weird
watch.
class, but it's not gonna. Because some of these people are getting recognition, it just feels like weird people to induct at this time. Not they don't deserve to go in. Of course, really, is nobody who deserves to go in because the Hall of Fame has no criteria. But it's just weird the dummies are getting inducted in New Orleans.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna say
Like
this.
you would
too,
think they'd
guys.
say that for like WrestleMania 35, where they're going to be in New York. So where you could say, okay, it's like
They had a pretty good Hall of Fame class in '29.
Yeah, they did. Donald Trump, remember Donald Trump?
Nah,
Donald Trump in the Hall of Fame.
he did, and people blew the fuck out of that.
San Martino, Donald Trump,
Mick Foley,
Booker T,
Lita, I think, or Trish Stratus.
Trish
Well, which
Stratus,
one was it? It was Trish Stratus, right? Yeah. There you go. See that?
A lot of people think Trump made sense because he fully financed.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely deserved to be in it. I know that's weird to say, but he kind of deserved it.
Yeah, with all the stuff going on now, but he's actually worthy of a WWE Hall of Fame.
Exactly. Hey guys, listen, before we wrap up the show, I want to give you guys, let you all know again, this podcast is available on iTunes, Stitcher, also on our new home Podbean. Link is in the description for the Podbean account on YouTube. Hit the follow button there. Be notified when the show goes up for downloads, all that fun stuff. Also, guys, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. It really helps out the podcast in the long run. Corbin, anything you want to say before we wrap up the show, man?
Sure. Follow us. I have a podcast as well. It's called the Wrestling's National Committee. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Wrestling's National Committee. You can follow us on Twitter at the WNC Show. We have a Patreon if you want to donate to the Patreon. If you want to just be included in all that wonderful, awesome stuff that we have going on. We got a fantasy booking tournament that we do kind of yearly. So just head on over to patreon.com/WNC. $5 a month puts you in the fantasy booking tournament. $10 a month gets you some awesome content as well. I think I haven't checked it in a while, but $5 a month will get you in like a fantasy booking tournament that we're starting to do. So check us out, like I said, on Twitter at the WNC Show, patreon.com/WNC, facebook.com/Wrestling's National Committee, and you can follow me on Twitter at Soup Heat Corbin.
That's right.
And
the most hated guy on Wrestling Soup. All right. The most hated man on Wrestling Soup.
Yes, indeed.
All right, y'all. All right. Thanks, Corey.
Yes, indeed. The man who made everybody on the shitbox hate him just by my voice alone.
Oh,
it's weird.
Man. All right, Corbin. Take it easy, Corbin. Take it easy, all right, man?
Take it easy, Steven. Have fun, guys. Take it easy.
Peace out. Peace, Corbin.
All
All right, y'all. This wraps up the show, guys. Thank you all for tuning into the show. You can follow the TEAMHEEL Podcast on Twitter at TEAMHEEL Podcast. Again, this show is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean. Give us a 5-star rating on iTunes. Follow us on Podbean as well. If you're on this channel on YouTube, hit that sub button. If you're on Mixlr, hit that follow button. Be notified when we're live on Mixlr and also on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Kick, cuz.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at HeyWalter. And yeah, be safe, guys. You know, I know a lot of people are drinking right now, and there's definitely gonna be more people drinking tomorrow. Exactly. So just drink responsibly.
Big Mike, take us home.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Big Mike 1995-19, and on YouTube at Big Mike's Wrestling Recap Show.
All right, yo, we are out like Janet's titties. Hit the music, mother flowers! Fire up that PS2. We got Walter the Queen Slayer. That's Kween Slayer. And Big Mike, yo. We're out like Janet's titties. Like that? I don't know.
And now, you are listening to the Team Heel Podcast, brought to you by Spreadshirt.com. TeamHeelPodcast.Spreadshirt.com.